I want to say thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and Twitch subscribers. If you want to help out the channel, support me on Patreon at Crimson60620 and on Twitch at Crimson620. Thank you for your support, and please enjoy the video. Be honest with you guys. I work in a call center. I work for a financial institution, and some changes will be made with that financial institution where we got a phone call. I got a phone call. And now, I don't know how I sound to you guys. And maybe if I had an avatar, but here, let's do this. Hi, thank you for calling Company X. My name is Crimson, and how can I help you today? I think I have a little bit of a urban accent, kind of, and kind of have an urban accent. I was asked today about why would companies be merging. It's all about the great replacement. I literally actually heard today with somebody from one of the calls that I take, they actually brought up the great replacement. And they told me that I should pay attention to it. I should actually read it. Because they actually brought up the globalists. And I don't think they realized that I would be one of the people that would have been replaced. Like literally, this woman brought up the great replacement. I had to put my motherfucking phone down. I had to say, yo, I need to take a minute. Because somebody brought up the great replacement. And I was just flabbergasted. And to all of you video essayists that's talking about human rights aren't up for debate. Like, no, there are motherfuckers who think the great replacement actually happened. Fucking normies. Because she wasn't a loudly spitting out right-wing bullshit. She was a fucking normie. This shit is pervasive. So all you fucking debate bros don't have to argue about shit. No, it happens. Now, I get it. I get it. The financial system that we live under, capitalism, is a fucking mess. It has so many tricks, plots, schemes, harebrained and all, that is trying to just get rid of money and get rid of debt. And this is a clip from Economic Update that we're going to actually watch and listen to with Professor Wolf. So let's go.
The United States has now passed in January of this new year $30 trillion as our national debt in this country.
Okay, so one of the things that always gets me about the national debt, you know who owns most of the U.S. debt? If you can guess who owns most of the U.S. debt, yeah, at least we are able to give them a verbal warning if they get discourteous, we will disconnect them. And I do that too. I can't do that too. But you know who owns most of the U.S. debt? The fucking U.S. I'm just saying. Okay, but let's keep going.
That's how much the government has borrowed. And I want to celebrate, if that's the right word, passing the $30 trillion mark.
I mean, it's just a made-up number. It's just a made-up number. I'm just saying, it's just a made-up number. Okay, but let's go.
By explaining what this is about, something which the mass media, who love to report on the number 30 trillion as if it had magic attached to it, don't do. Here we go. The United States is stunning in its refusal as a government to tax corporations and the rich. Not only does it...
Yeah, it's like at least $3 trillion of ready money that's sitting outside the country that the U.S. can just take right away. Just take right away. But, corporations are people and shit like that, right? except for the people that actually need the services, then fuck them.
It taxed them less than in most other countries, certainly most other advanced industrial countries. But we have witnessed a stunning thing in these last 2 or 3 years. It begins December of 2017 when Donald Trump's government hands to corporations and the rich the biggest tax cut they've ever had, coming at the end of the 30 years in which wealth in this country was redistributed from the middle and the bottom to those people.
Oh, no, and that's the thing. This is the fucked up part about it. And he's talking about it where the wealth of the country was just siphoned out of the middle class, siphoned out of the lower class, and just given to the upper class. And you know the fucked up part about it is there were the Panama Papers. There was the Panama Papers, which the reporter who talked about how so many people and corporations have all of this money offshore in these offshore accounts. She died from a fucking car bomb. I'm gonna let that shit sink in. The person who reported, who broke the news that all this money is sitting out there in fucking La La Land and can't be talked about. The reporter who broke the story died in a fucking car bomb in Spain. And there is no investigation into it.
Who then got a tax cut on top of it. Never has a tax cut gone to so few who needed it so little. But they got it because that's what their president was there for. Consequently, in the last 2 years, 2020, 2021, the deficit in this country, the difference between what the government had to spend to deal with the depression that we were close to deal with COVID, those extra monies that had to be spent came together with the cut in tax revenues because of what Trump had done.
Yeah, it always kind of made no sense to me. We're going to cut revenue so revenue would go up. I don't get how that works. We're going to cut taxes on the group that actually can pay the most taxes, because when you do that, people spend more money. Because line goes up. All right. So we're gonna purposely take away money from us, right? You with me? Because that's gonna give us money more in the future. How, Sway? How? Because rich people, they want the tax cuts. Exactly. That's how that shit worked.
And the only way the government could spend to get us out of the depression, to get us out of the disaster of COVID, was by borrowing the money they no longer taxed from corporations and the rich. And here comes the most important point. From whom does the government borrow the bulk of the money that it borrows? Not all of it, but the bulk of it.
Wait for it. Let's talk about how Gary Webb, who exposed cocaine contra in Central LA, and how the New York Times and Washington Post conspired to blacklist Gary Webb and drove him to suicide. Of course, the government makes up money. Yeah, of course, money is not real. I'm not going to say I won't take unreal money, but money is not real. Let's continue.
Answer: from corporations and the rich. Most of you watching and listening to this program have never been visited by someone from the government asking you to lend the government some money. And I hate to tell you this, but that's because you don't have enough money to make the visit worthwhile. The visits happen, but they go to the big banks, the big corporations, the big insurance companies who have big bundles of money to lend to the government.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, the U.S. literally owns the U.S., owes the U.S. the most money. And it's out of the bonds. It's out of the it's those people saving bonds, but it's also things like the Social Security Administration, which we borrow heavy from, even though that's money that we all pay in to pay for our future retirement. Like, yeah, they're taking the money from you, from me, from all of us, when they can be taking it from these irresponsible, fucking stingy, fucking greedy ass lazy ass motherfucking rich people. Did you know Jeff Bezos built a fucking mega yacht behind a bridge and then is trying to make the people who live in that town take it down? Okay. Let's go.
So the people the government doesn't tax, corporations and the rich, are the ones it goes to borrow the money. And why does it have to borrow the money? Because it didn't tax them, which means that the corporations and the rich got the best of everything. They didn't have to pay taxes and instead lent that money to the government, which has to pay it back. And while you wait for it to be paid back, you get interest every year. This is a boondoggle for the rich, which it always has been. Not only that, the 30 trillion that we now owe, that's going to be a burden. We're all going to have to pay taxes in the years to come to pay the interest to the corporations and the rich who didn't have to pay taxes but got to lend that money to the government instead. We're going to pay that back and we're going to pay the interest.
So if you don't get exactly what he just said, so imagine it's the Bank of Crimson. And the Bank of Crimson has some money, has some resources, but the Bank of Crimson wants to pay taxes. He has to pay taxes. So the Bank of Crimson says, I don't want to pay taxes. Hey, Joe Smo politician, make it so I don't have to pay taxes. Let me keep more of my money. The Bank of Crimson pays, enough politicians where the investment on not paying taxes is already less than he would have made with paying taxes. So not only did he get his taxes cut, even for the money that he put out, he has also has made a return because now he got politicians in his back pocket. And then on top of that, the Bank of Crimson says, fuck, I didn't save money on paying taxes. Instead of paying taxes, I pay these stupid ass politicians. Not only that, fuck, I personally get to keep more of my money. But on top of that, oh, you running out of money? Here, you can I will loan you some money that you have to pay me back and give me that sweet motherfucking interest. That's the scam. That is a fucking $30 trillion scam. But let's continue.
And we're going to listen to Republicans and conservative Democrats like Senator Joe Manchin tell us that with such a large deficit, we can't afford to rebuild our country, to upgrade our infrastructure, to build back better or anything else. What a wonderful gimmick these deficits are, this national debt is. And here's one more benefit.
Wait, and on top of that, the Bank of Crimson says, y'all can't. Oh, the interest is tax-free. The interest that I charge you for loaning money is tax-free. So, wait. On top of that, no. Y'all, the government can't build roads. Y'all owe us too much money. By the way, sell me the rights to motherfucking to repair the shit. Sell me the rights to charge the people who use those roads in toll roads. Because we need to make more money because, yeah, of course, the government can't. The government, even though the government built the fucking state highway in the 50s, no, they can't do shit like that anymore because they owe too much money. Because they borrowed money from us and they're not taxing us. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Beneficiary, I don't want you to miss from this boondoggle for corporations and the rich. When you don't tax them and your government has to spend money, like to avoid a depression, like to deal with COVID, it has to borrow from anybody who lends to it, not just corporations and the rich. And you know who else lends to the United States government? Countries overseas that have accumulated tons of dollars because they sell stuff to the United States, but they don't want to buy anything we produce anymore. Two biggest countries in the world like that, China and Japan. So what do they do with the dollars? Yeah, they lend it to the United States government, which has to borrow because it won't tax corporations and the rich.
wow, wow. This is and that's the thing. It's just I I can't, guys. I can't. I fucking can't. This is why I pick up. I just look. I can't. They want to buy plenty. We sell culture. We sell culture and white supremacy. That's what we sell. Buy our shit. Like no, I can't. I can't, guys. This shit is fucking unbelievable. I am. I yeah, World War III, fucking mass genocide and mass like still we're still in a fucking pandemic where 2 to 3 thousand people are still dying in this country daily. But mm, of course they don't have time. Like no, they need to build land developments where single family homes cost more than a single family can afford. I Oh my god, I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'm done. Um, like we're cutting the segment here. We're cutting the segment here. I'm done.
If I gave myself the power